Okay, let's be real. Have you ever felt completely stuck? Like totally chained down by your circumstances? Well, today we're going to unpack a single habit from the legendary Stephen Covey that can literally change everything. It's a principle so powerful it can help you create opportunities even when it feels like there are absolutely none.
I mean, wow. This is a real question someone asked, and it just stops you in your tracks, doesn't it? When things are that tough, where do you even start? This kind of question needs a real, practical answer, not just some feel-good fluff. And the solution? Well, it's both surprisingly simple and incredibly powerful.
You see, the answer isn't about waiting for the world around you to change. It's about radically shifting where you point your energy and your attention. It's about realizing that even in the toughest situations, you actually hold way more power than you think.
So, to unlock that power, Stephen Covey gives us this brilliant mental model. He asks us to split our entire life into two areas, or circles. And just understanding this simple division, that's the first step to taking back control of your life.
Think about it for a second. Everything that causes you stress or worry falls into one of two buckets, stuff you can't control and stuff you can. Now, people who stay stuck, they tend to focus all their energy on that first bucket. But the people who break free, the ones who really create change, they pour every ounce of their energy into the second one.
So, this first area is what Covey calls the circle of concern. It's full of all the big, heavy things that worry us but are pretty much outside our direct control, right? Like the economy, politics, poverty, even what other people choose to do. Spending your energy here, well, it's just a recipe for feeling frustrated and helpless. But this is where the magic happens. This is your circle of influence. This circle contains everything you can directly change: what you learn, the skills you decide to build, your attitude, your health, how you spend your time. This, right here, is your personal playground for making things happen. Okay, so what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's circle back to that incredibly powerful question. You're in a tent, but you've got a phone and an internet connection. That's it. That phone? That is squarely inside your circle of influence. So here's a totally modern, super concrete playbook for turning that focus into a real opportunity. Check this out. Here's just one example of how this works. Step 1. Pick a niche, anything you're remotely interested in. Step 2. You create a dedicated Instagram account for it. Step 3. You just start posting interesting stuff every day. And Step 4. Over time, you build up a following. Let's say you get over 10,000 followers. That account can become a valuable asset, something you could actually sell. And the great thing is, this idea scales. The more focused effort you put into your circle of influence, the bigger the potential outcome. It's a direct result of just taking small, consistent actions with the tools you have right here, right now.
So how do you know which circle you're living in? It's easy. Just listen to the words you use every single day. Your language, it doesn't just describe your reality. It actually reveals your mindset, and it actively shapes your future. It tells you if you see yourself as a victim of your circumstances or as the creator of your own opportunities.
On one side, you've got reactive language, which is totally disempowering. There's nothing I can do. That's just how I am. It's all about passing off responsibility. But then you have proactive language, which takes it all back. Let's look at our options. I can choose a different approach. This is the language of real personal power. And this is so crucial. When you say something like, "I can't," you're literally telling your brain to just give up and shut down. But when you ask, how can I? You switch your brain on. You activate it to start looking for solutions. By changing your words, you literally start to rewire your brain from being reactive to being proactive.
Now, this all leads us to what might be the most profound, most mind-bending insight of this entire habit. See, we usually think our feelings have to come first. Like, you have to feel motivated before you can act, or you have to feel love to be loving. Covey completely flips this idea on its head with an amazing story from one of his seminars.
So, a man stands up and he shares this heartbreaking problem. He felt totally trapped. The feeling, that spark, it was just gone. His focus was entirely on something in his circle of concern, that emotion of love, which he felt he couldn't control anymore.
And Covey's response was so simple, so direct. It wasn't about therapy or communication strategies. It was just two words: love her.
The man was completely baffled. You can just picture it, right? He says, "But you don't understand. The feeling isn't there anymore." He was stuck on this idea that the feeling had to come before the action.
And this is the pivot. This is the big aha moment.
Covey's reply completely reframes the entire problem. He's basically saying the absence of the feeling isn't the problem. It's the whole reason to act.
Here's the core principle, the big secret. Covey explained that love is a verb. It's an action. It's something you do. You serve someone. You listen to them. You sacrifice for them. You appreciate them. The feeling of love isn't the cause. It's the effect. It's the fruit that grows from the action of loving. Your actions create your feelings.
Okay, so how do we take this huge, profound idea and actually put it into practice, like right now? Well, the good news is, the journey from insight to action doesn't have to be some giant leap. It all starts with one small step inside your circle of influence.
Covey had this amazing analogy for this. He called it the farm theory. Think about it. You can't cram for a harvest, right? You can't plant a seed on Monday and expect a full-grown crop on Tuesday. Real growth comes from small, consistent actions, day in and day out. Learning one new thing, doing 10 push-ups, making one post. These tiny seeds, when you water them every day, grow into massive results over time.
So I want to leave you with this one question. Forget about the giant mountain of things you can't control, just for a moment.